And just like that, the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist. I suck at video games, I suck at commentary. And when we last left off, we were doing some investigating. So now we're going to continue to do some more investigating, that I say with a rising intonation, which kind of sounds really weird, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and continue. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features. And they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Hey, I don't know Edgeworth. They might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? It kinda sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Robots with a heart added to the court record. Robots with a Heart explains the recognition of communication features of the Punkel series of robots. Is that everything? Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So, what do you think, Wright? Any ideas? There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth? What? He did? Yep. He called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. Wait, what? What? Edgeworth's request. So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back? Really? Yeah, I can honestly say I didn't see that coming. Yep, the Blackwell case. Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the Dark Age of the law. Very soon a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Huh, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah. It's for this very reason I returned. Oh! Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the Dark Age of the law. That's what this is all about. Like, wasn't... Never mind. The Dark Age of the law. The Dark Age of the law? It sure comes up a lot of these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever. You see, that's the thing I don't get, like, this whole Dark Age of the law thing. Because the thing is, like, they're saying, oh, it started 7 years ago. No! You go back to the first couple of games, right? And it was the same exact way. They had their 3-day trial system where people had to be found innocent or guilty within 3 days. And there was all sorts of issues. And you had Manfred on Karma going 40 years undefeated because he was submitting, like, falsified evidence and things of that sort. So no, I'm not buying this whole Dark Age of the law thing because it's always been a dark age in the Ace Attorney universe. And we've been progressively trying to make it better and better. Like that whole jury system that hasn't been shown again. I mean, actually, in Daigakuten Saiban, they actually did show the jury. They actually do have a jury system, I believe, from what I saw from one of the previews, but they haven't reintroduced it in any of these games for one reason or another. Anyway, and I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. And a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. Wait, do you mean... That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare.
After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker's disdain for the court is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her will want to reach out for the case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackwell's older sister, and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Cykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence.
And then maybe she'll release the hostages!
I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox.
Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation?
Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena.
She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center.
So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again.
I swear, the only reason they gave him glasses is that he could adjust them every now and then. That's the only reason they gave him. That's the only reason. Just because it fits his image.
December 20th, detention center, visitor's room.
Like again though, I love how they were acting like all like the way the court system was before 7 years ago was all peaches and cream, and you know, like winning wasn't the ultimate goal of everybody, and that lawyers and prosecutors always trusted each other. I guess the past is always, I mean, that's just how it is. Survivor's bias, I suppose. You tend to forget the bad of the past and always remember the good. I mean, it's not exactly survivor's bias, but, you know, it's just natural to look at the past with rose-tinted glasses. I mean, like, just think about it. Like, you think, like, you talk to, like, your grandparents, right? Assuming that you're in my age group, which, you know, 20s. And they talk about the good old days and how nice and sweet it was, but if you're to go back to the good old days, it probably wasn't really that great. You know, it's one of those things. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright! And Pearly, too! I knew you would come! After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant!
And because you're my friend and I was worried about you.
Thanks, boss.
I'm not the only one who's worried either.
Really? Who else?
I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place.
Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's alright, but there are some other things I'd like to ask you.
Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you.
Alright, so first and foremost, are you aware that I'm a lawyer?
I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to present evidence like that again. I'll probably never work as a lawyer again now.
Don't talk like that, Athena. We're going to clear you of all suspicion. Just you wait.
I hope you can. I really hope you can.
I actually want to see how she reacts to the picture of her mother. Nope. Nothing? Okay. Well, I don't think there's any real need to present any of the evidence, so let's just go ahead and talk. The day of the crime. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered.
I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum.
Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good.
I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during this news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This is before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in.
Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there.
But I snuck in anyway.
Did you want to see the Hat 1 group photo? The one with your mother in it?
I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
That jacket on display. That was Dr. Cykes's. Hat 1 exhibit updated in the court record. Newspaper clipping, a photo of the launch of the people involved with the launch, and the jacket worn by Dr. Cykes.
But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows, where people couldn't really see me.
Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave?
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home.
No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough.
Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay?
I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So, during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course, I believe her. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? Your mother's work. What kind of research was Dr. Cykes, your mother, doing?
Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday, when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow! Robots that can understand people! I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that. Dredging up all that old stuff.
No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Wood said something about you always wearing headphones.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones.
It's probably, they're not like headphones, but they're like, what I'm guessing is like partially what it, hold on. Like her ears are very sensitive, right? So, you know, I think you should go figure out what I'm getting out of this.
She said her mother made them for her as part of her research,
but also to, you know, that, but
I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand.
Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research.
I want to believe that. But just about the only things my mother left me with are widget.
And this earring of the moon.
Oh, it's so beautiful!
Because, what's her full name? I know Kokone is her, like, given name, but her family name. What is her family name? It had a character from Moon in it, I believe.
It's beautiful! It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way.
I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did, because that's what I want to believe too. Moonrock earring added to the court record. An earring that Dr. Cykes gave to Athena. The stone was cut from a real moon rock that was being used for research. So, if it's from a real moon rock, do you think it was from one of the samples? Possibly? I better ask how... Wait, did they say that themselves, or am I just repeating what they said? Oh, yeah, they even bolded it in red. Yeah, that's gotta be the, that's gotta be from the, moon rock. I better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Alrighty then. Present. Paper you found in robotics lab. This? No, that's or a statement. This? I guess so.
Oh, the Punko series! You must have gone to the robotics lab.
You seem to really love Punko and Klunko.
Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know? Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo, too. See Punko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help get better. What a weirdo I was.
It looks like there's something written on the bandages.
Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Punko." But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be the thing I think I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt.
Wait a minute. Huh. On the table and fix you, you couldn't tell the difference between humans and... She was 11 7 years ago, right? Was this around this... Yeah, that was the same... I mean... I wouldn't do something like that, would they? Like... Wait a minute! Holy crap, so she was stabbed and she put her... Did she try to fix her own mother on there? After she was stabbed? Huh. Okay, I need to keep that in mind. Yeah, that would actually make sense. Anyway.
I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do.
A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. 7 years ago. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center? Hold on. Like, let me check that again. Like the picture. Yeah, I want to say that's what she did. Anyway.
Yes, a little. And this person has even taken hostages?
I guess I better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial for the case from 7 years ago.
What? You're kidding me! So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might...
Awkward pause, see you guys in the next episode.